Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new edition of the Florida Holidays podcast. I'm Abby, your co-host with the wonderful Zara. Hi, Zara. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. We have got an exciting show today, haven't we?
We really have. We are very, very excited for this one. We have got a very special guest from Universal Orlando Resort. Can we welcome the lovely Lora Sauls? Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Are you okay?
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Excited to talk about Halloween Horror Nights today.
Yay! We are so excited. We've got a lot of very devoted Halloween Horror Night fans in our customers, and Abby, I know you are too.
Included. Yeah.
I have never been yet, so for anybody who hasn't been yet, Laura, can you just give us like a one-liner, two-liner of what Halloween Horror Nights actually is?
So Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando Resort is actually, this year turns 34. So we've been doing Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando for 34 years. And what that means is we turn Universal Studios Florida over into the biggest horror event that you would ever see. We have 10 incredible haunted houses, 5 of which celebrate the biggest names in horror. From Jason Universe to the Terrifier films to the Fallout franchise. And then we have 5 what we call original content houses that come from the creators at Universal Orlando and from our brains that are unique stories and horror stories that have never been told before. So that rounds out our 10 amazing haunted houses. We have terrifying scare zones. And what scare zones are we take up huge parts of the studios and transform them into beautiful, new, horrific content. So we'll talk about, like, when you pass through the turnstiles, you're going to enter into Origins of Horror, which is a lovely conservatory that has gargoyles and larger-than-life crows that are going to tear you apart. Then we have chainsaw sculptors that are coming after you with their chainsaws, but also carving some beautiful carved sculptures. So we really transform the whole park. Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando is very immersive. We really try to affect you everywhere you go, not only from the scare, but also from the amazing merchandise, some of which I have on right now.
You love the merch, Ab.
We do, yeah. Love the merch.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, Laura. So, would you be able to tell us a little bit about exactly what you do at Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, I am the Assistant Director of Creative Development in the entertainment world at Universal Orlando. And I get to lead the team that gets to create all the amazing content for Halloween Horror Nights.
That is an incredible job,
Isn't it?
I can't even begin to imagine how you got into that sort of role, because you've been at Universal Orlando Resort, I think, for 29 years. Was that right? You said the other day.
Yes,
Wow.
I actually just celebrated my work anniversary, 29 years this week. And I started, it's kind of a funny story. I started at Universal as a singing and dancing bride of Frankenstein.
Of course you did. I love that. That's absolutely fantastic. So what is your absolute must-see this year? I know you mentioned a couple of the houses with the Terrifier and Five Nights at Freddy's. What is your absolute not-to-be-missed house for Halloween Horror Nights 34?
I really think all of our content this year is amazing. But some of the highlights, Terrifier is set up to be the bloodiest house we've ever done. And that means we're just adding a lot more water effects to that house than any other house we've ever done in Horror Night history. The end of that house is so bloody that we had to put a dry path for guests that didn't want just water dumped on them. So that is a pretty cool moment. We have Fallout. Again, you're going to go to all those locations. You're going to see those cool characters from the wasteland of Fallout. So we're very excited about that property. But our original houses, too, we just We have some amazing scenic designers and character designers at Universal Orlando, and they do just some beautiful work. A few years ago, we had a house called Dead Man's Pier that was a fan favorite because of the beautiful scenic. This year, El Artista is kind of feeling that way to me, that there is not just one amazing facade in that house. There are 3 moments that just blow you away just in the scenic.
Yeah. It almost seems, I remember sometimes when I've walked through the houses, the detail that you just can't even begin to, until you've seen it for yourself, you can't even understand the level of detail. And it's almost criminal that you are walking through that house, obviously looking left, right, over your shoulder, because you're waiting to be obviously terrified. But you can't just sort of walk around. I mean, you can actually, can't you? But there's tours that you can do. But it seems a shame that you have to sort of walk through those houses in the dark because they're so beautiful. The detail is just wow.
You want to turn it walking through with all the lights on and nobody going to get you.
Yeah.
So
and
that
there
you
is
can
a tour
take it
for
all
that,
in.
isn't there, Laura? There is a tour for that, I believe.
Amazing.
Yeah. Where you get to see it in the day, I believe, with a guide, and they can walk you through, and you can see all of the detail, because you do definitely miss it. I think you need to go through a house a couple of times, because every house you go through, every time you go through that same house, you get a different scare every time. So it's something that gets you that time. You know, you might not get that the next time. It's a different experience every time you go through that same house. It's just, if you've never been, it's wow.
It's definitely on the list
Wow.
to do. I mean, I don't think we'll be going with my little girl or my in-laws next year. But maybe if we can get a mum and dad night out with
A date night, yeah. It's great for a date night, isn't it?
Absolutely. You mentioned some of the iconic houses and the iconic characters, Laura. Who have been some of your personal, absolute favourite characters from Halloween Horror Nights past?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. There are so many to choose from, but you know, I love some of the characters that our fans have made into icon status. Like Jack the Clown is just amazing.
He's on my list.
Yes, and he's come back and shared his twisted, maniacal clown self with us several times, so I love him. Dr. Oddfellow, that's a part of Jack's story, is also just one of my favorite characters. But I mean, I've had some like I said, our character creators are just so amazing. Some of our scare zones this year, I think, are set up to have some characters that will become fan favorites and my favorite.
Yeah. That's incredible, isn't it?
It is.
I've got so many as well, I have to say. Jack the Clown was the top of my list. But I remember like some of the probably classics now. So The Caretaker was one, The Director, and then newer, Megan.
Oh, yeah.
She's just absolutely phenomenal. So they're just a few of my favourites.
I love that.
So, Laura, where do you even begin? Where do you even begin to start with creating Halloween Horror Nights? Where do you even begin?
Well, it is about, it's a process. And currently, we started Halloween 2026 in April. So we're well underway of developing our original content haunted houses for next Halloween before we even open this Halloween.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess I know the answer to this, but we know that there's still some houses that haven't been released yet. Are you able to give us any little cheeky tidbits of any little exclusives?
We haven't announced all of our intellectual property houses, but we're getting to work with some amazing properties. I can't really give you anything other than we know Five Nights at Freddy will be in the event. That was a huge hit Blumhouse film.
Yeah.
It's also a huge video game franchise as well. And we are there's possible multiple things that will happen with Five Nights at Freddy. And then our last intellectual property is just gonna, I think, it has a fan base that is huge, and I think people are going to just love that we're going to bring it to Halloween Horror Nights.
Wow.
I cannot wait
I know.
to find out what else is going to be there.
I know.
My husband is a gamer, so he is particularly excited to see the houses this year. Obviously, like you said, Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm excited to see what else is coming.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a family tradition in our house. So once all of the 10 haunted houses have been announced, we then have to go back. So whether that be Stranger Things or The Walking Dead or whatever it is, if it's a Blumhouse movie or what, we have to go and watch.
You've got to watch it.
Yeah, we've got to watch them all before we, because you've got to appreciate what it is that you're looking at.
Yeah, that's like you hype
so
yourself,
that's
get
like
yourself
our
ready.
tradition. That is, yeah. So we'll go back, we'll watch, to get ready for our trip out to Halloween Horror Nights.
I love that. What a way to get yourself pumped up.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a
before you
tradition at
step
this
into
point, yeah.
the real thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
It is. It's incredible.
It obviously is a really, really popular event. Halloween Horror Nights is so huge. It's got like this cult following, hasn't it? It's ginormous. For such a big event that so many people love to go to, what are some of your top tips, Laura, for helping people really make the most of their time there? I think I'm right in saying that you can do express passes, but outside of that, if people might not want to add on that extra expense, what can people do to truly make the most of their night there?
Well, I like to tell people if there is a haunted house, whether it's Jason Universe, if you want to go to a haunted house really bad, go to that house first. Make sure you go to the house you want to go to first. If it's a show you want to go see, make sure you're doing the biggest reason you're there. Do that first, and then go and enjoy, walk around, go to the other houses, really to make your experiences full. Have some of the amazing food. Our chefs at Universal Orlando they come up with such cool and amazing food products. So take a moment to enjoy that food. Take a moment to go through the tribute store and just take in how they're putting on display all this really cool merchandise, right? Universal does that in a very interesting and unique way with the tribute store. But then, if you have time, go back to that house that you really wanted to be there for. So you can do it multiple times, but really just take it all in. I like to tell people as well, you can be immersed in the scare zone, walk right down the middle of a scare zone. But if you really like watching people get scared, find a bench in that scare zone and just watch other people get scared. It's kind of awesome both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. That sounds like my gig. I'd just couple squat somewhere and get a nice tasty snack and watch other people be frightened to death instead of me.
I like doing that myself.
Yeah, we'll go together.
I guess it's how you know you've done a good job, Laura, isn't it? Seeing how scared people are. So we've got 3 questions, Laura, that we ask every one of our guests, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So our first question is, what are your top tips for visiting the Universal parks in general? So let's just say your first day in Universal Orlando Resort, what is the first thing that you do when you get there?
Well, the first thing I do is go straight to the roller coasters. I am a coaster fanatic. I love the Mummy coaster. I love Hagrid's motorbike. I love Velocicoaster. I love the Hulk coaster. So I do those first.
Yeah.
You are doing it all.
And then I make sure, because I also love the Men in Black Alien Attack ride. I like seeing if I can get high score on that ride.
Competitive.
Yep. And then I love taking the train from the studios to Islands of Adventure. I think that's awesome. I love Mythos is one of my favorite restaurants on Universal property. So I love going there. It's just the food is incredible. And I usually end my day because my family likes to ride Velocicoaster at night. So we ride Velocicoaster during the day, and then we end our day riding the Velocicoaster at night. and then hit, Vivo or Big Fire at City Walk on our way out.
Wow.
What a dream day. Can I come, please, next time? We're going to do that, and then we're going to go to Halloween Horror Nights and watch everybody else be terrified. That sounds like a perfect day.
It is.
And I've never done Velocicoaster at night either, so that's like a whole new experience, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely different when it at night. The lighting on that coaster is absolutely breathtaking, but it's a whole different, unique experience.
Very. Have you done it at night, Abby?
Yes.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
jealous. So what then, have you got a top tip or hack for visiting any of the Universal parks? Something that people might not know that is just your favourite top tip to tell people?
Oh, what would that be? I think one of my top tips is if you really want to spend a day at Volcano Bay and you're staying at our resort, staying at Sapphire Falls, Aventura, or Cabana Bay is the easiest way to get to Volcano Bay because you can walk right there. So that is a top tip. Like if I want to go to the water park of Volcano Bay on a day, I tend to just stay in one of the hotels because it's so easy to get there.
That's a really great top tip.
is.
I love that. And I loved Cabana Bay when I visited, and I can't remember the room number off the top of my head, but we do have it somewhere
You
where
had
you
the
could
full-on view, volcano view, didn't you?
Yeah, we had like that typical view that you get, your 2 beds, the Volcano Bay right there. It was
And
gorgeous.
all the hotels that I mentioned and some of the others are doing Halloween activations in their lobby. So Cabana Bay is going to have their pumpkin jack-o'-lantern bar, and they're going to have featured Halloween drinks at that bar in their lobby. Sapphire is going to lean into gothic tones in their lobby and have big chandeliers
that.
and kind of more of that gothic soundscape in their lobby. So for Horror Nights, the hotels are going all out too. So
It's
many
carrying
hidden.
through.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Halloween. I know we're both
We do
big
both.
Halloween fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
We like spooky season.
We do.
Bring on the pumpkin latte season. That's what we
Yeah.
say.
Absolutely. It'll be just round the corner. What is it,
Oh, I know.
July?
Yeah.
It's July now, so a couple of weeks and we'll be in pumpkin spice season, won't we?
Perfect.
We've just got one more question. So have you got any hidden gems in the park? So it could be maybe a nod to a past attraction, something that only someone in the know would know that you could share with us.
So hidden gems are, I think, all over the park. I love little places that you can kind of get away. In our Central Park area, that's the area of Universal Studios that is right past the Hollywood area. If you sit, if you can go straight through the park and through the trees, but if you kind of take more of a left turn steer, there's a beautiful grassy knoll that you can sit and watch the nighttime lagoon show from this grassy knoll, and it's just so beautiful. And that to me is a hidden gem within our park.
Yeah. Perfect.
I love that. A little moment of calm, and like amongst all of the hustle and bustle of a big Universal night. I love that. That is a fantastic tip. I'm gonna take myself off there next time I go. That's amazing. I think we're all wrapped up.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Laura. It is an absolute pleasure to hear all about Halloween Horror Nights, and I feel like I want to go home and put some scary movies on and get in the spirit.
I love that. And thank you both for having me.
Thank you.
We love talking about Halloween Horror Nights, and we'd love to see you there. And if you're there, look me up so I can sit and watch people get scared with you.
Yay. Yes, please. We'll definitely do that. And hopefully we can have another chat like this next year and find out all about Halloween Horror Nights 35.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Laura. Thank you. Bye. Wow. I feel a bit starstruck.
Yes, she is absolutely amazing. What a lady to have worked not only at Universal Orlando Resort for 29 years, but to what an incredible job. I can't even imagine how much pride she must take in everything that she does. But like you said, when you see people being terrified, you know you've done your job good.
Yeah, absolutely. And the detail, I know it's difficult because you've not experienced it
No,
yet,
I
have you?
haven't,
But
no.
I think to people that have never been before, the way and she transforms that park from sort of the park closes from normal operation in the day. Let's say it shuts at 5 o'clock. That park is an absolute different vibe come 6:30.
That's amazing. That's
When
no
Halloween
time
Horror
at all.
Nights, it is crazy. So like it's dark, it's smoky, it's a real different vibe.
That absolutely sounds right up my street. I feel like I don't know why I've not been.
It really is up your street. But she, to have someone like that, I mean, they're already working on next year.
I can't even believe it. What?
Yeah.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in those meetings and see what gets bounced around.
Yeah.
What sort of ideas never make it. Like they must have all these wild things, but what ideas actually never make it into the park? Or
Yeah.
it is just madness, isn't it? I think one of my tips that I heard, even though I've not been, I heard a really great tip that was to head straight to the back of the park as soon as you get in.
Yeah.
Because naturally a lot of people get in and you stop and you ooh and you are and you look.
Yeah.
Like get in, get past the bottleneck, get as far back as you can and then work your way back to the front.
That is a really, really good
I
tip.
feel like that's
yeah.
just a general really good theme park tip.
Yeah, no, you're right, it is. And I think we've experienced it in the past where, and maybe it's not as much fun, but sort of on rainy days, it can be a lot quieter.
Yeah.
If you go and it's a little bit stormy.
That adds to the atmosphere, surely.
It does. And of course, the houses are indoors, so it doesn't affect you too much,
Yeah.
really. But the park we've found in the past has been a little bit quieter. So that might be one to consider. And I think it's, Florida locals in particular, and probably from out of state as well, to be honest, they sort of are waiting. It's their annual, trip to Universal Orlando Resort.
Yeah.
So the weekends
I was just going to say the
are
weekends.
really, really busy. So I think perhaps try and go in the week. I think throughout October in particular, it's pretty much almost every night.
Yeah.
So you can sort of do it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. I mean, you'll need to, check the show times, and our guys
Yeah.
can help you with that. But perhaps avoiding a weekend as well would be quite a good one.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I mean, again, another possibly general theme park rule.
Yeah.
Try and avoid it because we forget that locals go to these places as well. It's not just made for us.
No.
People from all over the world, obviously, but the locals want to enjoy what's on their doorstep too.
And it is a very, very popular event. There's no denying it, but there is so much to do that you can still, you may only get, you may not get all of the houses done in one night. But there's so much else that you can, with the scare zones, there's no wait for the scare zones. She mentioned the food, and another favourite of mine is the tribute store.
You love a tribute store.
I really do.
Well, if somebody doesn't know, what is a tribute store?
So the tribute store has become a little bit of an icon at Universal Studios. So it's a little bit seasonal. So they do. They went through a phase of, they did an old-fashioned video store. This was just I think this was in April. And they did an old-fashioned 1980s video store, but it's the real intricate theming.
Yeah.
And it's a tribute store where you can buy merchandise, basically. But it's about 5 different rooms. It's almost like a walk through itself.
It's like a bit of an experience.
It's an experience, yeah. It's an exhibition. They've got old movie props in there and things like that. But at Halloween, each room almost is a bit of a tribute to the houses of that year.
Oh, I love that.
And there's usually a little bit of a nod to, past characters and things like that. So the tribute stores, there's almost as much work that goes into those tribute stores that goes into the houses themselves. So they're not to be missed. So I love the tribute store, whether it's Halloween or not, whatever the theming is. They did one to old movie, for old movies.
They did a Wicked one, didn't they?
They did. The Wicked one's still around, actually.
Okay, yeah.
The Wicked one's still there. But they did a Jaws one. Obviously, we've got the 50th for Jaws this year. So it's all sort of nods back to the movies.
I wonder.
Pretty much.
I am really going off on a limb here. 50 years of Jaws, Halloween Horror Nights, with houses still to be announced. I wonder if we might see a bit of Amity Island. Do you think?
I'm not going to be able to make it this year. Our
would
days
be
just did
devastated.
We've just missed it, but I think I would have to. I'd have to make that happen.
Could you imagine? I don't know what it would be like or how, but and I am by no means saying that this is insider information. I have no idea.
Yeah.
If this is a thing, somebody owes me a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it was a real privilege, to meet Lora.
It really was.
She is a real icon.
She is
in the Halloween Horror Nights world. So we were very, very lucky to have her.
She has been on such a busy schedule.
Yeah.
They've literally just got back from Dublin this morning. They were at an event in London on Tuesday night. Busy. And then she's gone again. So I think we got her last free spot of her time in the UK. So we were really lucky to have her. And I'm already eager to get her on again for next year.
Yeah. We need to get her booked in.
Oh, absolutely. Get it in the diary now. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the podcast. We will see you next time with lots more tips, tricks and info. If you've enjoyed the podcast, drop us a like. We'll be on YouTube, Instagram, all your socials. Share it with your chums and we'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.